I had a couple people on the channel ask me this past week, what am I doing for my hair? Because they love how healthy my hair looks. I'm going to talk about 4C hair care, the hardcore truth. Some of y'all may not know. Okay. First of all, 4C hair loves hot oil treatment. So if you can give yourself a hot oil treatment twice a week, it will help to seal in moisture and make your 4C hair soft. So I recommend using aloe vera, peppermint, and argan oil for your hot oil treatment. Include some peppermint if you want. So if when I do my hot oil treatments, I use aloe vera, peppermint, um, argan oil because argan oil helps the hair to be soft and shiny, and aloe vera. So those are the oils I use for a hot oil treatment. Okay, now I do it every week. Um, I shampoo my hair once a week and do cold water rinses twice a week. Okay, and I scrub the scalp just with the cold water. That's twice a week. Cause no water, no hydration. So if you want to rehydrate your hair and reseal a little bit, you do have to cold rinse your hair. The cold helps to seal the moisture in, like cool water or cold water. So you shampoo with hotter water, warmer water, and you seal with cooler water. Okay, I'm helping 4C girls. This is how my hair looks after rinsing. We're just rinsing the hair, okay? Just rinsing it. I didn't even shampoo it, but I did have some moisture in it already. So there's two ways you can seal moisture in for 4C hair. There's the LCO method, which is the lock, cream, and oil. Now, if you wanted to do the lock, cream, and oil, but you didn't want to use oil as your last step, you can always use, I said lock, I mean liquid. Liquid could be water and conditioner. Cream could be your curling cream. The oil can actually be your gel. So for the LCO method, your hair is wet, you got your leave-in conditioner, you got your cream, and you got your gel to replace your oil. Okay? Um, so there's that. Now the LOC is the lock oil cream, the liquid oil cream. So it could be the water, the liquid, which is the conditioner, the oil. You can put the gel on or oil, and then the cream last. Okay, once again, the LCO method is water, liquid, conditioner, oil or gel, and then cream. Okay, now not all creams are created equal. For 4C here, you do need a cream that has fat in it, avocado, flaxseed, shea butter, things like that. It should say actually hydration on the jar. Most of your project products need to be low in alcohol, hydration base. So your shampoo should be hydration based. It should say hydration shampoo. It's better if you have conditioner that's also hydration. Paul Mitchell has a wonderful hairline that works perfectly for 4C hair, for hydrating 4C hair. His products are a little expensive, but you can get those. Or you can get the Shea Moisture line that I have for hydration. Okay. Now, this is my hair without even sealing in moisture. Okay. This is like just leftover moisture. I did not shampoo. Remember, I said I shampoo my hair. I shampoo my hair once a week at the most, or every other week. I do cool water rinses, and I normally put peppermint in the water, and I massage it on my hair, and then I rinse. I might rinse it out. This is going to help stimulate hair growth. Okay, so 4C hair is very fragile when it's wet, but it needs to be wet to seal in moisture. So you can't go without you can't go without the water. I comb my hair every other week. I know that sounds crazy, but 4C hair gets stressed out. So I now only detangle my hair every other week. If it needs detangled, I just use my fingers. I don't use a comb every week. Okay, once a week, or else you weaken the hair strands for 4C. I don't care what nobody say. The 4C. Now, here's what I learned about 4C hair. Combing for 4C hair is for detangling. It's not for styling unless you are plaiting, braiding, corn rolling. So if you're not doing that, there's no need to use a comb. Just use your fingers. So I have the moisture in. All right. So I can either use the grease. If I want to, I can just get right to the grease. I can do the LCO method in which I use the grease last, okay, and the cream before that, okay. Now, what I found out about cream is cream goes a long way. You don't need a lot if you're using gel for sealing. Gel is for sealing, okay. You need a flexible gel, one that actually has similar ingredients as your cream. So both of these are flaxseed, okay. Remember, gel is only for sealing. It's not for so I put the moisturizer in. I put a little bit of cream. I'm gonna stretch it since it goes far. A little bit of cream like this. Now, the only way to seal in moisture with 4C here is to finger coil the hair. Otherwise, it's not getting sealed in. Okay? So you have to finger coil. All right. So then I put this on here. Coconut is good, but coconut hardens your hair. Okay? Unless you don't have 4C hair. If coconut does not cause a hardening effect of your hair, it's because you do not have 4C hair. I don't care. I ain't arguing about this, y'all. It means that you have high porosity hair that's not 4C. Okay? 4C already has a natural stiffness to it. So when you put coconut, when it dries, it can be stiff without moisture. Before the moisture sealed, it can be stiff. So when you put, I'll put a little bit more in here. See, so I'm testing the ends here. Smooth. Okay. When you put coconut in 4C here before the moisture has got the chance to seal, that 4C here has a hardening effect. Okay. So all I do is I coil like this. See? I'm not doing it tight. Okay? Because 4C here is like fragile baby here. You shouldn't really be, you shouldn't really be, you really shouldn't be, cooling so tight. It needs to be loose. That's what the stylist told me. Okay? The lady who grew the hell out of my hair before the one lady cut so much of it off, she said it's better to finger coil 4C here because it's so fragile. So I don't do 2-strand twist anymore. Okay. Now you don't even have to do it this way. You can literally just stroke it through your hair and let it lay. But once again, it's not going to get, the moisture is going to struggle being sealed because you didn't coil it. Okay, unless it's a hot day or humid day, you're going to struggle with getting moisture. Now, I like to do my coils. See, they're not tight. See how they're not tight? I like to do my coils chunky. Okay? So that when I take them out, it's not hard to take out. When you do them so skinny, you risk breakage when you're taking it out. Something I learned, y'all. Now, I like the shrinkage. I literally do not I don't use elongated stuff. This stuff does not elongate your hair, okay? I don't use elongated cream because I'm not chasing elongated 4C. When you elongate your 4C here, you're actually going to get sealing in moisture. The shrinkage is for sealing in moisture. So all this, I'm elongate my hair is just ridiculous. Okay. So I normally do around to map my hair. I'll do around the front first. And then now I didn't re-shampoo. I just did a cold rinse because I did not want to strip the sebum out in just 1 week. Okay? My husband has super fast growing hair. What he told me is stop stripping that sebum out so often. Okay? He will only shampoo his hair maybe every 2-3 weeks. If it gets itchy, all he does is do like a peppermint rinse for detoxing the scalp. Okay, that's all you need. If your scalp feels itchy, all you need is the detox it with a peppermint rinse or tea tree. Okay, you see. Now I had people say you don't have 4C because of some of the definition. Yes, I do. Okay, the reason why it may look like I don't got 4C here based upon what the other girls 4C here look like is because they comb out their hair. They're over combing it. They're combing it a little dry, and they're combing it. They're combing the texture straight. Okay, remember I told y'all I don't mess with those combs too much. I don't mess with them. Okay. I use a comb only when it's shampoo detangling. This needed a little bit more. This one. See, because I got gray here, I have to use a little extra product for sealing because the gray is resistant in sealing in getting moisture. Okay. See that gray's in there and you can feel it. See, I can feel the gray. And when you can feel that gray like that, you do need to add a little bit more product so that the gray you're kind of like forcing the gray to accept the product for sealing. Okay. I decided to do this video because I keep having people ask me questions. Now, and all I do is just stack. I just stack it, y'all. I don't do cone parts because once again, that still can break your hair out. Cone parting. See why the hair is like crinkly from the cool rinse. I do the sealing. Okay, I do the coiling. So I'm just mapping. I'm going here and here. And then when I'm watching my movie in a little bit, I'm gonna do the top part. But I have to re-wet it, of course. So I just use the gel. Now some people be like, oh, my hair get a little flaky. That don't really bother me. Of course, all products pretty much gonna get a little flaky by the end of the week. Okay, because your hair is drying out. So that's when you just do a cool rinse to rinse some of the product out, and then you just reseal. When my hair gets flaky, that's my sign that my hair needs rinsed. Okay, the product is done. Whatever product I was gonna get, I didn't get. Okay, there we go. So that's how I determine whether I need to wash my hair or rinse my hair. When it gets flaky. When my hair is stiff and it starts getting real flaky, I know at that point it's rinse or wash time, okay? All right. So I'm trying to get the crown, the sides while they're still wet. Now I do got a little bit of leave-in conditioner in here, see? A little bit of leave-in and peppermint. A little bit. So remember, no water, no moisture. Now I have my dad's hairline, so it goes up right there. So I normally will pull layer the hair over to hide that. Okay. So notice I'm just stroking. I'm not using a comb, y'all. I'm not using a comb. Okay? All right. Okay. This is how you get your hair done. Like, I don't do all my hair in one sitting. That's exhausting. I ain't got time for that. So I do my hair in sessions. So I'll do the front right here, and I'll do the back. And then I'll take a break, get some other stuff done. And then I'll respray the middle and the top. Now remember, as I said, the gray is harder. See how that was harder? This is why some people color their hair, because they're like, oh, the gray. Now what I find helps to get moisture in the gray is to use a hydration spray for your gray areas. Okay, Paul Mitchell have a nice botanical hydration spray. The gray is always going to be more reluctant. So there's really nothing you could do about that unless you actually use a mineral based hydration spray that can really penetrate. Now, what I find that really penetrates gray is avocado. Okay, I don't have any avocado cream, but I plan on getting some. Okay, that avocado moisturizer is not to be played with. Okay. I say that avocado, I had to put a little bit. See, I can feel the gray. I can feel some gray. Um, that avocado moisture spray. There we go. So I did the front, okay? Now remember, as I said, I do mine's to seal. Okay? I finger coil to seal. So this is from before here. So now I can just easily clip this, clip that, and then if I want, now I go around the back. Okay? And then I just do map the back, map crown, and then all I'll have is this left. Okay. Now when I'm done, I can always take a little bit of rose oil, and just gently stroke my hair with it to add some shine. Just a little bit of rose oil. Okay. They do make a rose oil mist as well I could get. Okay. All right. So as I said, I found cold rinses once a week, recoiling every 7 days. I finger coil my hair, shampoo every other week. Okay. I was getting into that shampoo daily trend, and hair was getting fragile and fragile. And I said, no, I shampoo every other week unless my hair feels like it's really struggling with hydration. Now, let's say my hair I still feel like some parts of my hair is struggling even after I did this. I might take a little bit of grease where the gray is, or where the real drier parts. And this is what I'll do. Now, let's say if I say, okay, I'm looking for now. I know that this part of my hair always tends to dry out faster. Okay, we all have a part, so I will purposely put grease on that part. Okay, I'm just showing y'all. Just on the end part. Not all the way up, because if you put grease all the way up, it's going to get to your scalp and grease will block sebum. So I just put it right on the ends. This is where the sun is touching my hair a lot. So this is why I'll put a little bit of grease right there, just on the front ones. Okay? Because this part dries out too easy. See, this part. This one right here. And these. So I'll just, using the same grease that's on my finger, I'll just go over the front a little bit. Like I'm just showing y'all. I'm just showing y'all an additional bonus step. You don't got to do this step with the grease. Okay, this is optional. But if you like your hair to look a little bit more shinier and a little bit more moisturized looking, you can just use the grease. Notice I'm not re-dipping my hand, okay? Because grease goes a long way. So I'm going to add a little bit more grease to that. See, I'm just going on that end. That end was a little bit. There we go. Okay, so there we have it. I'm rubbing the grease. If there's a little bit of grease on left on my finger, I just go ahead and I just add it to another part. Now, if you don't like finger quills, you can always, palm roll it. You can go like that. You know, the products should allow you to just palm roll and it roll as well. Okay. So I did this without a mirror, but y'all get my point. Now, if I want to just like I'm just gonna add a little bit of grease. See this? This goes. See that little bit of grease? That goes a long way. People be digging in the grease. That's unnecessary. This goes a long way. All you're gonna do, go like that, and you're just gonna scrunch it. I do the scrunching method. Okay. And I'm trying to make sure I get the ends here. And the grease will slide, grease will go onto other parts of your hair too. A lot of people keep thinking they don't have enough grease, but when once it dries, they be like, "Oh, I put too much grease in my hair." See, so it's just take a little bit, like a nickel size amount of grease. You just got to distribute it well. You only need a little bit of grease if you're using um, gel and cream. If you're doing the LCO method, you only need a little bit of grease. Grease is just a little booster. That's it. See? All right. That's it. It's just a little moisture boost. Okay. Now, you see, I could just leave my hair like this if I want to. See how that looks? Because I didn't comb it out. I just did a cool rinse. And I just let it be. I just finger comb like I'm doing right now. I'm just kind of detangling with my fingers. Okay. I've grown to really not like combs. Like I feel like I have to go 2 weeks without combing my hair to use a detangler comb now. Them suckers still pull your hair out. I don't care what nobody say. Okay. So I'm just pretty much separating some of the previous strands. So I have some grease in there. It's just not a lot. Okay. Now, my leave-in conditioner has cocoa butter in it. Remember, fat. Like, I know that fat and water is critical for 4C hair. Most 4C is um, low porosity. See how I'm just separating with my fingers? I'm not actually. Now, as I said, my hair is shrunk and I'm leaving it shrunk. I'm not trying to elongate it. And I didn't dry it out. And my products don't stretch your hair. These products do not stretch your hair. It leaves it shrunk. No, I know the shrinkage is to give you moisture. So people need to stop going against shrinkage. Okay, there. There we go. There we go. All right. Okay. I don't know where I put my mirror at, but oh well. So as I said, if I wanted to just add the moisture and just leave the hair out like that, I could. With the little ringlets, the tight little ringlets in it, I could have leave it out like that. See how I went to the end to detangle that part? Now, I sleep with a shower cap on now to seal in moisture. When it gets into the hot summer months, like June, like late June and July, I'll stop sleeping with a shower cap on because then it'll be humid enough in my room for me not to need, uh, um, for me not to need a shower cap on at night. So y'all see this here? I don't know if y'all can see the little crimps. Your hair when you're 4C will get the texture will be defined naturally if you use a hydration shampoo in cold water. Okay? But if you're like, oh, I don't really see my texture popping in my 4C hair, it's because you're not whatever you're shampooing with, it isn't shampoo and conditioner isn't hydrating. It's not hydrating. Okay? That's why. Or you were combing your hair too much before you when you had just detangle with my fingers before I do shampoo and conditioner. I had plenty of them, y'all. Plenty. I have ringlets. 4C girls, we have what you call tight ringlets. They're tight. And they're gorgeous once your hair is hydrated. The reason why some 4C girls be like, I don't got no texture. Yes, you do. Your hair is not hydrated. That's why. That's why. That's why can't nobody see the ringlets. Hi, everybody. Okay. All right. So I'm finger combing. See how I'm just finger combing? I don't think our ancestors were always running for combs, y'all. I think combs was like partying, braiding, styling. I think they didn't mind doing the finger combing. When I looked at the Chebe tribe videos, that lady didn't have no comb, y'all. She ain't had no comb. She did that lady's hair. The Chebe tribe lady did that lady's hair without a comb. I don't know why we're so hooked on combs. We just can't put those combs down like straight up. My mom used combs for parting. I don't remember her ever combing. Now she did use a Denmore brush. That's what they call it now. But the Denmore brushes are for cream distribution. That's all they're for. They're for getting the lock method in faster without using your hands. But even still,